Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you back in our previous topic, the narration, as we have been discussing. It is the fourth day today. So, as I have already told you that there are four steps to master or to understand narration. So, the first one is change in pronoun, change in verb, change in adverbs. So, in these for these three changes, I have given three different lectures on this one. Today, I'm going to focus on the most important one. In this one, that is miscellaneous changes. In this one, we are also going to have some previous examples, or in these examples, you will find changes in pronoun, changes in verb, changes in adverb, and some new things are there that we are going to discuss today. When the entire sentence is required to be changed from direct narration into indirect narration, the two parts of the sentence is likely to be joined by some connectives. So we call that rules for connectives. So there are certain rules. Sometimes we use that, sometimes we use if, whether, or sometimes we use that question word like what, when, where, which, and so on in order to connect two parts of the sentence in one indirect sentence. So first one is interrogative sentence. When we have interrogative sentence and if the reported speech is in the form of an interrogative sentence, it can be connected in two ways according to the structure of the interrogative sentence. For example, if the interrogative sentence begins with what, why, where, how, when, who, whose, whom, which, etc., no connective is required to join it. It is a mistake to use that to connect such a sentence. For example, he said to me, "Where are you going?" He asked me where I was going. He said to her, "Whose car is this?" He asked her whose car it was. So now remember two things here, like where are you going? Here there is a question mark in this part of the sentence. So, but when we change from direct to indirect, here we make it as assertive sentence. We do not write the same in the form of interrogative sentence, like where after WH question, where we use helping verb, where are you going, then question mark. But when we change it into indirect, it will become where I was going. We make it as assertive. Similarly, you can also observe here whose car is this. So we change it whose car that was. If you are going to write same interrogative sentence in indirect sentence, like he asked whose car was that, that will be a mistake. So we have to make as assertive sentence. Number two, if the interrogative sentence begins with the auxiliary verb or helping verb, the connective whether or if is used to join it. For example, he said, "Is he a doctor?" So we are going to uh, change it. We are going to use whether or if in order to connect it in indirect form. He asked whether he was a doctor. So similarly, as I told you previously that this is question mark is there, but when we write in indirect form, we do not write in the question form, rather we write in assertive form. So is he a doctor becomes he was a doctor. So here you can use connector. Sometimes we use whether or sometimes we use if. I said, "Do you smoke?" I asked whether you smoked. Number part 3. If the reported speech begins with do or does, then do and does is removed from the reported speech and in their place the past indefinite tense of the main verb is used. Like he said to Hassan, do you know his name? He asked Hassan whether he knew his name. Raja said to him, does Sami go to school? Raja asked him whether or if Sami went to school. If there is past form did, so similarly we have to, as I have already told you in one of the lectures, that whenever we have past simple tense, we change it into past perfect tense. If it is an interrogative form, we have to make it in assertive, like did you go to school yesterday? There should be question mark. I asked him whether he had gone to school the previous day. If there is assertive sentence, we have to use that. He is going to college. He said that he was going to college. When we have imperative sentence, so if the reported speech is in the form of imperative sentence, then no connective is used to join two sentences. But the main verb of the imperative sentence is converted into an infinite verb. For example, he said to the servant, close the door. He asked the servant to close the door. He said, please give me a glass of water. He requested to give him a glass of water. Exclamatory sentences. If the reported speech is in the form of an exclamatory sentence indicating surprise, fear, wish, or contempt, it is changed into an assertive sentence in the indirect narration form and connected that is used to join it with the reporting speech. For example, he said, what a horrible scene. He said that it was a horrible scene. So here in exclamatory sentence we use that. We have also another type of exclamatory sentence in which it shows uh, joy, sorrow, wonder, disappointment. Okay, these sentences generally begin with words like alas, oh, hooray, brave, how, water, etc. In a place of reporting verb, said some other verbs as exclaimed, wished, or prayed are used according to the sentence. We use that connective, and after the reporting verb, we use such expressions as joyfully, sorrowfully, with sorrow, with joy, and astonishment according to the sense. Exclamatory sentence is changed into assertive sentence, like he said, hurrah, we won the match. He exclaimed with joy that they had won the match. You can also write, he exclaimed joyfully that they had won the match. So here we also use that connector whenever we use it. Similarly, he said, alas, I failed the test. He exclaimed with sorrow that he had failed the test. So, next one is no change in verb if there are two places where we do not change the verb, when there is a universal truth. So, when there is a universal truth or habitual action, we never change it. Like the teacher said in the class, the sun rises in the east. The teacher said in the class that the sun rises in the east. He said man lives by beer. He said that man lives by beer. So when there is a universal truth, it will remain same. We never change it. If the reported speech has two or more verbs occurring at the same time, the past tense of the verb is not changed. Like the teacher said, Mr. Ant worked hard while Mr. Grasshopper slept. The teacher said that Mr. Ant worked hard while Mr. Grasshopper slept. So, here from this we can understand that whenever there are two verbs occurring at the same time in a sentence, we never change tense. He said the children sang, danced, and played. He said that the children sang, danced, and played. When words like Sir, Your Honor, Your Majesty, Please, Kindly, etc. are used in the reported speech, their sense is expressed by using the following expressions with the reporting verb, and these are dropped. For example, the student said to the teacher, Sir, mark me present. The student said, the student respectfully requested the teacher to mark present. So, sir, and if you use please or some other words, so whenever we change from direct to indirect, we drop these words. Similarly, we have sentences begin with let expression. This is most important one. Most of the time when there are papers, when there is any competitive exam or whatever it is there, you will find such kind of sentences in the exercise or in the exam. So actually the word let expresses the sense of order, wish, proposal, imagining, condition. They are converted into indirect narration according to the sense. The reporting verb is changed into ordered, requested, proposed, wished, supported, etc. According to the sense, in all such sentences, let is removed and connective that is used in place of let, we use should. So, when there is let in a sentence, so we have to bring two changes in that one. In order to connect two parts of a sentence, we have to use connector, that is that, and instead of let, we will use should. Like the principal said, let no student stand here. The principal ordered that no student should stand there. The boy said, let me go out to play. The boy wished that he should go out to play. Now it's practice time. One thing you must keep in your mind that whenever you know the rules and you are not going to practice them, that will be useless. I know this is a traditional method that first students come to know the rules, but if you are not going to practice it, you are not going to have online practice, you are not going to go through some exercises in the book, or you're not going to have discussion on this one, it will be useless. So I suggest all of you that go through these 15 sentences and translate them, or change them into indirect speech, and then share it in the comment box, so that other students will also get benefit of it. They will understand how to uh, change such and such items into indirect speech. So I'm just going to read for you. I hope you will understand it and you are going to write their answers. First one is, the teacher said to the boys, have you done your homework? The little girl asked the man, will you help me? Bilal said, I have been reading this book. Mother said to the daughter, go and change your dress. Seema said, I had read this book before I gave it to you. John said, I will bring my piano. The officer told the clerk, bring me that file. Jane asked, have you read that book? Mother asked, where is your watch? Sophia said, I watched this movie last week. Mother asked, what is the matter? Sania said, I can solve this problem. He said, let him finish the task. They said, we wrote and sent letter to the principal. Father said, two and two make four. Thank you very much. Inshallah, we will be meeting very soon. Allah Hafiz.